faith.
Nayitibwa ndi full time minister.
I was called as a full-time minister, I said.
Akati nenzija nkola ensobi.
And then I made a mistake.
Nempasa.
I married.
Ate mukyala gwe nawasa.
And the wife I married.
Okwagala kuzibu kwansula ku mwana wa mwami.
It brought me to a daughter of a rich man.
Ewaabwe tebalyanga mawolu bakeera kubagulira migaati na butter.
They wouldn't eat leftovers at their home. They would buy them bread and butter.
Ebinyeebwa sinva.
Peanuts were not part of their sauce.
Ebijanjaalo mujanjaalo. Sinva.
Were just beans, not sauce.
Bw'aba talidde ennyama oba byannyanja oba nkoko asula ayogera butonotono nsuze enjala.
If it was not meat, chicken, and things like that, he would do
something.
That's how she was brought up to the life she had brought up. Now the love had brought me to this person's life.
One night, try to get up back and the
first night after the honeymoon, we almost fought because of my foolishness. Why? She requested me for bread. We had leftovers of potatoes, and I told her, use the potato. And she told me our father refused us. And then I made a mistake. And I said, which kind of wife is this that I married? I poured paraffin. It is God that saved us.
Bali bulungi nze nenzija obugugu nembukuba muzigo gwa senfuma ngasula mizigo ebiri nensula mu ntebeze okumala omwaka mulamba n'emyezi eki.
3 months after getting married, I failed to pay rent, and my wife went back to their home, and I carried my belongings to Bishop Selfman's place. But I was preaching a great gospel. Great gospel. I had the anointing. Everywhere I went, I would leave the anointing. But I was full of shame and failed to take care of my wife. And I slept in the sofa of my fellow man for a year. And God did great things. I got money, rented a room, and we came back together. I'm still a full-time minister. Now one day, you love to get married to wives that fear the Lord and are strong in the Lord.
Full-time minister.
She woke up one morning, knelt upon the bed,
Daddy,
and said, Daddy. She got a knicker that had gotten old and raised it before me and told me, full-time minister, have you failed even to buy for me something like this? And I felt like a sword that had pierced through my heart. Quickly a voice asked me that since morning till 5 when the service takes place, what are you doing, full-time minister? That's when my eyes opened. And I said, I have time that I'm supposed to use to do work. When I went back to work, he's the one that and I reached out to a business friend and I requested him, allow me to But that was after receiving that challenge. I was very prayerful, and now I was praying, saying, when will this thing end of being sent out? Because even there, they were sending me out. And the Lord told me, your blessings were released, but their hindrances. I went into spiritual warfare. And the hindrances, the blockages were taken out of prayer. And that's when I went back to the Lord was smart. He showed me the shop where I was to work. And I started serving as I worked. And the life got better. And at the beginning of DDM ministry, for 7 years, I was responsible. Until when it reached a level where God brought people that could stand with that church even reached a level where it could give me a package and say every month I can receive this. We have two kinds of life. They have different needs. The spiritual life has its needs. The physical life has its needs. As you move on in life, by faith, you're going to get married. Who knows the Bible? One of the verses that sticks in their head says, a wife's desires will be upon the man. And the second verse that they read for us, they say a man that cannot take care of his own people in his house is worse off than an unbeliever. As we have two kinds of life, it is our responsibility. It's your responsibility to work for it, that the two kinds of life will be good. So you still have time.
Tonayingira kubeera full time minister.
You've not yet become a full time minister. What does that mean?
Tomalibwawo ssaawa 24 zonna.
Don't be consumed for 24 hours.
Tomalibwawo.
Until you consumed, taken away.
Tomalibwawo kyalinawo obudde.
Do you still have time?
Time eyo gy'olina nga tolina kyokola yiiyizaamu